Welcome back to the broadcast. You're watching KTN Prime.
All right, now Unilever today officially launched Heroes for Change, a social mobilization volunteer program that aims to teach and empower college students to contribute to society. The program is targeting 100 university student volunteers from across 5 universities in Kenya. That is Strathmore, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, Kenyatta University and the University of Nairobi students from the Lower Kabete and main campuses. Volunteers will over a 6-month period be trained and equipped to work towards improving health and well-being in their community. Heroes for Change also seeks to address issues such as skills training, employability and social challenges facing Kenyan youth today. The program that aims to reach 10 million Kenyans by 2020 has brought together different partners, among them AMREF, United Nations Population Fund, Sight Savers and the Standard Media Group.
Today we are really proud because we've got a program that actually works with the youth. That not only do we actually transform the youth into an active partner, but also as role model for a lot of the younger students and a lot of the communities out there to show that the youth can take an active change in what we consider really what's important in this world, in taking the youth, unemployment, equipping you with skills, but also making a difference in your communities.
These youths are unbelievable because they're an untapped force for good. But at the same time, they consider themselves as everyday change makers. They are not constrained by the rules and regulations that we gain as we mature in the world. They believe they can change places. And more importantly, they are embedded into the communities that they operate in.
I saw the Unilever program. I was really excited because I'd be able to actually interact with like-minded people, get connections to work with people who also want to make a difference in the country. Much coveted opportunity to be able to be among the 10 people who will get an internship in Unilever at the end of it.
Every day I meet young people in Kenya today, a lot of them, I'm like, wow, was I thinking like that at that age? You know, was I that passionate? So you have a combination of many things that are working on your side. You have this digital boom. So at your fingertips, you can change lives, you know.
Let's now take you to the county of Nyeri and bring you a story of a woman who grabbed public attention when her picture was featured in the Standard newspaper.
And now Beatrice Nyagodi is slowly turning into a local version of a celebrity. Here is Karen Derry with her story.
The newest celebrity in town is none other than 50-year-old Beatrice Nyagodi. Nyagodi was captured by Standard Group's cameraman Sami Mose, who was fascinated by her single act of mercy and compassion, that of Nyagodi carrying this granny on her back as she ferried her to Kafirene grounds. Once the photo was published, it went viral as people sought to find the duo to offer assistance. The granny on the photo is Gladys Kagore from Muiga, aged 107 years. We catch up with Nyagodi at her home in Solio Village 7. All the attention and spotlight on her, she says, is a tad overwhelming, but she's glad that she offered a helping hand. Nyagodi, who is a farmer and sometimes engages in casual labor, says her deed of carrying 107-year-old Kagore is not an isolated incident. In fact, on that single day, she had carried other senior citizens from the bus they had arrived in and offered them a piggy ride on her back to their seats at the podium. The scorching sun and their advanced age meant that the grannies needed a little extra help. Nyagodi has a foundation that offers Mau Mau veterans a forum to interact and offer one another companionship. Her grandfather was a Mau Mau fighter, and this is what gives her the impetus to help the aged.
Kaniambia wao ni watoto wa Mau Mau. Na venye babake alikuwa Mau Mau, alijua watu waliteseka sana, na isipokuwa ni wao, hata waleo yeye hangekuwa na makao. Hiyo kitu ikaniingia ndani sana.
Her own mother used to help the aged in her locality, and when she passed on, Nyagodi packed up her bags in Nairobi and moved back to her rural home to continue with her mom's work. Her mom did it also because her own father fought in the forest.
Naonanga saa zile hawana chakula, mimi ndiye napigia simu, tutalala njaa.
And still on the aged senior citizens of Kenya, The expansion of the program of the cash transfer program to include all those aged 70 and above is a welcome move, noting that many are neglected by society. However, not all can access the said funds. One man in Nyeri has taken it upon himself to ensure that he goes round homes sensitizing the aged about the said help. Ephantus Thuku has been visiting the elderly in their homes. He was also involved in ferrying them to the voter registration centers a few months ago, as many were too old to access the centers.
Tukawachukua, tukawapeleka kuchukua kula na tukawarudisha. Huyu mama ni mmoja wale ambaye tumetembelea, tulianza jana, ambaye ilikuwa ni watu zaidi ya 4,000. Tumeshinda tukiwapatia unga jana na kuangalia wote wako salama, na tunamshukuru Mungu sababu amewalinda. Wengi wao ni wamama wazee, wengine ni viwete, wengine mguu ni mbaya, na hiyo yote tunawapenda sana sababu wao ni wa Kenya.
For now, Nyagodhi and Thuku say they will continue reaching out to the elderly to ensure that they live relatively comfortable lives during their sunset years. Carol Nderi, KTN News, Nyeri County.
Beautiful story there. You are watching KTN Prime here on KTN News. Let's remind you a big question before we go on break. We had asked you, have you verified your voter registration details? And if so, were they in order?
To some of your views very quickly, Mzito tweets and says IEBC does not trust its ROs, that is returning officers. The chair must announce the presidential results, yet they expect us to trust them.
Then there's Brian Munene Gitahi. You're saying, my fiance and I went on Monday and all our details were in order. I'm now very excited to vote come election day.
That's a lot of information there. Robert B says, mine are not okay. I'm not in the register and I voted in the 2013 election.
Then there's Victor Think Tank. No, I haven't verified since I'm currently away from my polling area. I'm waiting for the SMS verification platform.
And one finally here from here says, Victor Thinker says, no, I haven't verified since I'm currently away from my polling area. I'm waiting for the SMS verification platform.
All right, keep your comments coming at Ben_Katili, at Sophia Wanuna, as Ben rolls his eyes on that tweet.
Too much information.
Too much information. It's good him and his fiance went out, you know. He can also tell us about his grandfather. And
if you insist. We have business, the latest from the business world when we return.
Stay with us.